Welcome back to The Love of Dogs. I'm Arthur E. Benjamin, and I'm here with Farrah White.
Let's begin with a very special program called Olive's Way. It's designed to help dogs, cats, birds, and other exotic animals with cancer. The foundation was created to honor Lisa Posin. Let's take a look.
Olive was a little Maltese who developed kidney cancer at a very young age, and Lisa and Harry thought they had no options. So they came to see us and we talked about what we could do. Olive was a 3-year-old puppy, so she was young, and their world was torn apart. Through surgery and anti-cancer drugs, she lived many years afterwards. And I think that was what prompted them to realise that we can sometimes beat cancer.
We tried to not only be expert at treating the animal and knowing all of the biology of cancer and all the medical aspects, but also to take care of the people. So we focus a lot on services and making sure that people that come here with their animals have an exceptional client experience, as well as having expert treatment for their animal. There are very few programs in the country that have all of the components of cancer diagnostics and treatment. And we saw an opportunity here in Florida to become one of the distinctive programs in the country.
Here I've gotten a pretty well-rounded experience, which I don't think is really available at most other hospitals, even other veterinary schools, because we have a combined radiation oncology, medical oncology, and surgical oncology department, which is really unique. They're happy to know that Olive has made an impact and that Olive can help make more veterinary oncologists in this country, because we don't have that many of them. For them to know that they're making a difference, I think that's very important, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Olive and them.
Lisa and Harry, I met them at the toughest time. I met them when really they wondered if there was any hope at all. What her fund has done has allowed us to grow and evolve in ways we never thought possible. In my mind, they have changed veterinary oncology. It's as simple as that.
We are so excited to introduce you to Olive's mom and the co-founder of Olive's Way, Lisa Posin. Thank you so much for being here on the show today, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
And tell us who you have.
This is Lily.
Lily.
She is the great niece of Olive, same bloodline. Say hello, Lily.
Look at that cute
Hi,
little
Lily.
face. You know, I want to tell you about Lisa and Harry Posin. They are two of the most incredible people I've ever met. You know, we all make a difference, but we have a little animal come into our lives, and for them, Olive was more than a dog. Olive was their child. They didn't have any children, and Olive became a major portion of their life. And what they've done for not only medical oncology in dogs, but dogs are sentient to human beings. So all of the research that's being done by Olive's Way is making a difference for us, for human beings. And we're going to talk a little bit today about how you can make a difference in the way Lisa and Harry have.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell us more about Olive?
Yes, Olive. Well, we adopted Olive when she was 5 months old, and we had her until she was 7.5. And she quickly stole our hearts and became part of the family. She was very opinionated and very loving. She fit right in. And she was a tough girl. She went through 4 years of cancer and treatment, and she had the heart of a lion and the soul of a Maltese.
Now, how did you find out she was sick?
She started having eye infections, and the vet we were going to at the time thought that she had conjunctivitis. So he treated her for about 6 weeks, and actually we were away and my mother was babysitting. And my mother said, this is enough. She went to the vet's office, got her records, and made an appointment for us with her vet. And they discovered that her levels were 100 times over what they should have been. And so at the time they thought she had lymphoma, or leukemia, I'm sorry, or the canine version of AIDS. And there wasn't really any hope, really.
So what happened next? I mean, you have this diagnosis, and where did you go? Where did you turn?
Well, we went to a specialty hospital that was close to us, and they told us that it was kidney cancer and that it was capsulated. So it could be removed, but it would have to be immediately. And so from there, we said, where? And she said, University of Florida. And I looked at my husband and said, she doesn't understand. We'll go to Switzerland if this is who we have to go to have this operation done by the best. And she looked at me and she says, then you'll go to the University of Florida. And we went up there and met this amazing, amazing team of people led by Nick Bacon, Dr. Nick Bacon, that was on the video. And we ultimately, we thought if we were, as people, we wouldn't have gotten the care that they gave us. He was calling us personally at night, telling us how she was doing, first thing in the morning, how she had a good night's sleep, how she was doing. It was a level of care that was beyond belief.
And this was long before Olive's Way. You were just being treated
as just walking
a
in.
Regular patient who had come into the hospital,
yes.
Parents of a regular patient.
That's right.
And I understand you had a little bit of a surprise when you walked in to get the bill.
Exactly, exactly. We had decided anyway we were going to make a donation just because of the phenomenal care that she got. We walked in and my husband got the bill and he kept looking at it, and I think they were a little bit, well, it was a 5-hour operation and she stayed overnight in the drugs, and my husband looks at me and says, I think you forgot to charge us for the doctors. It was almost as much for that operation as it was for us to be told to go there. It was, so right there my husband said, how much do you raise for the oncology department? And they said about $10,000 a year.
Wow.
And that's when we, that was when it was born. Harry and I started talking about it, and that's how, that was the seed.
And so that was where you really decided to launch something, and you called it Olive's Way.
Right, my husband named it Olive's Way.
And you and Harry have raised how much since 2006 when you did that?
Well, the last I know, which was several months ago, was $1,700,000.
Wow.
And what a difference that's made at that hospital.
Yes, it has.
What kind of things have you seen?
Well, I spoke to Nick about they just opened an amazing new hospital. It's world-class, state-of-the-art. And it actually, the money was raised for the hospital before Olive's Way was formed. But because it coincided with the opening, it gave the opportunity for the oncology department just to go crazy. And now they have equipment, it's attracting doctors that are the best in the world. The director, Nick, speaks all over the world and gives his findings and brings findings back, all cutting edge that helps save dogs and cats and others that wouldn't be saved today.
And contributes to us because, again,
That's right.
the work that's being done on dogs is being translated into work that can be used for humans.
That's right.
And that's an amazing contribution. Another contribution that canines make to our lives. Dogs are here for a purpose.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, and so I've also heard they opened an additional hospital?
No, well, the additional is the new hospital. Okay. The old hospital, they have offices in now, and they have phenomenal programs. Psychology, they actually had somebody come out and speak to me because I was not doing well during this. It's just the whole concept is just fabulous. And I can't say enough about it.
So that's what you were referencing, the total cutting edge, all of the new equipment.
That's right.
Yeah.
We sponsor scholarships. Christine that you saw there, she was the first intern scholarship recipient of the intern scholarship. She then went into the residency, and now she's chief resident.
Oh, wow.
So she's a brilliant girl, and she couldn't have been a better candidate for the first Olive's Way launch.
Yeah, and people think that it's in the ability to give money that people raise money, but it doesn't always work that way. Can you tell our viewers the story of just running into the editor of New Barker magazine and where it led and what's going on and how that leads to something else? And she didn't know who you were. You just ran into her.
Yes, we met at a dinner for just quickly a dog that was diagnosed as cancer, and they were going to put him down. Yes. And he went to the university, and it was not cancer, and it's treatable now. So that is just a great example of what they do. So I met her at this dinner, and she's the editor of New Barker, which is a very, very high-quality magazine taken off of the New Yorker, right? And she is very connected with all that's going on with dogs and fundraising and just phenomenal work that she does. So she's going to be doing for their holiday issue coming out in November, a feature on Olive, and then she's going to be doing an ongoing article column on the progress of Olive's Way. So she'll become an integral part of this whole giving and getting the word out there, and that's really important.
They actually have two hospitals, don't they? A small animal hospital and a large animal hospital?
And a large animal hospital, that's correct. Yes, the large animal is, I think that it represents horses and cows and the very large animals. Anything below that is considered a small animal.
And so you've gotten to this point that there's a new hospital, and we could see from the video there's state-of-the-art equipment.
Everything.
And, you know, I'm always amazed by those MRI units that just fly around like a space shuttle.
Yeah.
What are your dreams? I mean, if you really think about it, where does this go from here? Because, again, it affects us and it affects animals. And, you know, God forbid Bandit or other dogs need help. There's a place for them to go now. There are a number of places in the country, one good one in Texas at Texas A&M. But Florida's unique in the way they combine their medicine, their radiology, and their oncology departments together. And they only have 2 graduates a year, so it's not like they're cornering the market on the need.
Right, that's a very good point. Right now, they're graduating only 2 surgical oncologists a year in the country. And so they're trying, Olive's Way sponsored a camp this year to bring in the brightest science students in high school to observe and see if they'd want to go in that direction, because that's a very, very big point. And that's why Olive's Way is, sponsoring scholarships. That big thing is to get the brightest people into the surgical portion of it and research portion of it, and we need to find a cure.
So, again, where can it lead? How much money is possible? How many? What can a little organization that started with an idea because you wanted to give back? Where can it go?
Well, hopefully it goes all the way until a cure is found. Right now, on the smaller scale, just getting everything in position to have that happen, and also to give the opportunity to people to experience what my husband and I experienced with these people, to save Olive's life for 4 years. I mean, from having no hope at all that we would have to put her down to 4 years of very good quality life. She was not sick. I say she was very tough. She went through the operations, went through the chemo, and she bounced back every time. And it was three times. And obviously the last time was not, but she had years of great quality of life in between each.
Well, I had the pleasure of visiting Lisa and Harry a number of times in their home while Olive was alive, and you had never known, except right after chemo, that she was sick, because she chased me around the house and begged for food and wanted to jump in my lap.
Olive. I mean, she loved Arthur. Yes, she loved Arthur.
Now, when did you get Lily?
And well, when Olive finally, we decided with Olive when we heard that she was sick that we weren't going to keep her alive for us. I did that with my last dog, and it's not the way to go. So 2 weeks before she actually went, the last week we knew, I knew he had to happen, but he had to pry her from my arms, and I just went away. I went away for 2 weeks and cried, and I came back and probably was still crying, and he was upset too. So 3 weeks, a week after I got back, so 3 weeks after Olive went, he got the puppy. And it was very difficult because they looked so much alike at the beginning, but how could you not fall in love with this little girl?
Yeah, she's
So.
very, very pretty. How old is she?
She was a year in April. So she's very, very sweet, and she's very, singular-minded on what she wants as well.
How funny. Can
We
you
all
see
get
her
it from
feather?
Lisa.
Can the camera see her little feather? Look how
Little
cute is
feather.
that? All the little girls have feathers these days.
That's right. She's styling.
She is styling. Well, how fantastic. Now, does she go everywhere with you?
Everywhere. We have a little bag, and we have a little place in New York as well, and she's once a month, she's traveling up and down. And she goes to all my appointments and everywhere. Everybody knows her. People are happier to see her than me.
Do they even know she's with you?
A lot of times not.
Yeah.
And when she's in her bag, she's very quiet.
Yeah.
She just knows that when she's in her bag, she settles down, she's safe,
Yeah.
and she's happy.
Tell them about the example about that German Shepherd.
So there's a German Shepherd from Tampa, and they said terminal. They have to put, you have to put him down. So actually, he was with his brother on the way to put his beloved German Shepherd down. And his brother said, "You know what? You're so upset. Let's take a ride to the university just to double check." And they went to the university and saw Nick, and he said, "It is not cancer." It's treatable. He is taking medication. He'll be on medication for the rest of his life, but he's perfectly fine. He's normal, perfectly fine relationship with his owner, just as it was. They have a very good shot, very good track record of saving lives.
And it's a perfect point to put up where they can contact
Yes.
Nick and
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
you can send money to or call if you have a dog that you
Yes,
need to get
because
a
it sounds
consult.
like you would get a second opinion if it was you or a member of your family, and these animals are members of our family, so by all means.
Without a doubt, right,
Get that
Bandit?
second opinion. That's an amazing story, and it was just
Say yes.
heartbreaking to
It
think
is,
it could have
that's
gone the
just
other way.
one of
Say
just
yes.
many, many.
Say yes.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to read more about Olive's Way, you can go online to olivesway.com and contact the University of Florida College of Veterinary Medicine by calling 352-294-4256. We're so happy, Lisa, that you joined us today and that
Thank
you
you
brought
for-
beautiful Lily and you're
Yeah.
sharing your stories. I know it's probably difficult to talk about all of the time, but what you're doing for other animals is amazing.
Well, thank you
And you are
very
very,
much.
very appreciated.
Thank you, and the show is fabulous for all the things you do, all the causes that you bring to light and help. We really appreciate it.
Well, thanks, Lisa, and we'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.